Welcome to another mind-expanding episode of I Didn't Know. We're here today to unmask the mysterious dance that keeps the universe in harmony. The cosmic maestro behind it all? You guessed it, gravity. This invisible yet inescapable presence doesn't just keep our feet firmly planted on the ground. It orchestrates the motions of planets, stars, galaxies, and even bends time itself. So buckle up and hold on tight as we plunge into the fascinating world of gravity with our top 10 eye-opening facts. Number 10. The apple of his eye. Newton's observation of an apple falling from a tree led him to his revolutionary understanding of gravity. However, he didn't share the story until 40 years later. Newton's revelation was the concept of the inverse square law. Simply put, the force between two bodies decreases exponentially as the distance between them increases. This principle is not limited to apples and Earth, but extends to the moon and planets, proving universal in the law of gravitation. Number 9. Grounding force. Or is it? Newton's perspective of gravity was that of a pulling force, but Einstein's theory of general relativity suggested a different scenario. In this framework, space and time are combined into a four-dimensional fabric called space-time. Mass warps this fabric, creating a kind of valley that objects move along. It's the curvature of space-time, not an invisible force, that keeps us grounded and planets orbiting around the sun. Number 8. The tidal effect. The gravitational interaction between the Earth and the Moon doesn't just keep them in mutual orbit. It also causes high and low tides on Earth. The Moon's gravity pulls on Earth, causing the ocean water to bulge toward the Moon. At the same time, the centrifugal force of Earth's rotation causes a bulge on the side farthest from the Moon. This dual bulge phenomenon is responsible for 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day. Number 7. Gravity's subtle touch. The pervasive influence of gravity is evident in the fact that it causes the Large Hadron Collider near Geneva to shrink and expand by 1 millimeter twice a day, so around 0.04 of an inch. Physicists at the LHC noticed that the Moon's gravity caused the Earth's crust to distort, changing the length of the collider's 16.6-mile circumference. This illustrates how even a relatively small celestial body like the Moon can impact structures on Earth. Number 6. Earth's bumpy embrace. Gravity is not uniformly distributed across Earth due to variations in the planet's density. Certain regions have a higher concentration of mass beneath the surface, resulting in stronger gravity. NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment, or GRACE mission, involves 2 satellites in tandem orbit, continuously measuring the distance between them to map these variations in Earth's gravitational field. Number 5. Infinite reach. Theoretically, the gravitational influence of an object extends infinitely. However, the strength of this force decreases with the square of the distance, meaning an object twice as far away feels only a quarter of the force. This has intriguing implications for cosmology, suggesting that every object in the universe, no matter how distant, exerts a gravitational pull on every other object. Number 4. Hypothetical hole. This fun hypothetical scenario involves digging a tunnel through Earth and jumping in. Gravity would accelerate you to speeds over 7,900 meters per second, which is nearly 5 miles per second at the Earth's center, but then decelerate you as you climbed back out the other side. You'd oscillate like this indefinitely if there were no air resistance or friction.
We're still falling!
Number 3. Equal fall. In a vacuum, all objects fall at the same rate due to gravity, regardless of their mass. This principle, known as the equivalence principle, was famously demonstrated by Galileo dropping 2 spheres of different masses from the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and more recently confirmed on the Moon during Apollo 15 mission, when an astronaut dropped a hammer and a feather.
Well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand, a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago, who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm his findings than on the Moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather for our falcon. And I'll drop the 2 of them here, and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that?
Number 2. Star-crushing gravity. Black holes are the ultimate demonstration of gravity's power. When a massive star exhausts its nuclear fuel, it collapses under its own gravity, forming a point of infinite density known as a singularity. The gravity around a black hole is so strong that not even light can escape, which is why we can't see black holes directly. Number 1. The gravitational time machine. Gravity doesn't just pull on matter, it also affects time. Einstein's theory of general relativity predicts that time runs slower in stronger gravitational fields, a phenomenon known as gravitational time dilation. This has been experimentally confirmed using precise atomic clocks on Earth and in space. If you lived your entire life on a mountain peak, you'd age slightly faster than someone living at sea level due to the weaker gravity at higher altitudes. You'd experience time the exact same, however, but get to the finish line at different times. Another example of this is shown in the movie Interstellar, where 7 years would pass on Earth during a single year on a planet that was close to a black hole. Not as exciting as jumping into the TARDIS and flying off into the future with the Doctor, but it's the best we have. That's all for today's gravity-defying episode. Thank you for joining us on this weighty journey through the universe. Please leave a comment below if you've learned something new, or even if you want to scold me for getting something wrong. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing facts that you didn't know. Thank you for watching.